was a typical pre-med student and joined multiple clubs to beef up my resume and volunteer experience. Sophomore year, I rushed a prestigious pre-health sorority for the connections, to belong, and to get an upper hand on the pre-med rat race. During rush, I made some small talk and acquaintances, thought I hit it off with some of the girls, but didn't get in. I was disappointed, but I got over it quickly. The next semester, I tried again. The girls recognized me, and again, I thought I jived with them and that they liked me. When I went in for my interview, though, it was such a different experience. No more smiles or small talk. I sat in a chair facing about 20 girls, and with each question they asked me, I felt evaluated and read into every change in their facial expressions. I was rejected again, and I cried because this time I felt crushed. It couldn't be a coincidence that they rejected me twice. There must be something wrong with me. I'm a failure. I'm not good enough. I don't belong. I also felt like this was somehow the end of my pre-med path, and this group of smart, pretty girls had ended it for me. Later that year, one of my friends decided to start another pre-med frat on our campus. She had also rushed a pre-health frat and had had a bad experience where she was initially accepted then later dropped. She wanted to start a group to create more opportunities for pre-health students, a group that wasn't so exclusive and actually focused on professional development and fostering relationships. I liked that and took up her offer to be part of the charter class. It was exciting in the beginning, trying to establish legitimacy on campus and recruit students to join, and it wasn't long before students came flocking. My junior year, I invited a sophomore that I recently befriended to rush for our frat, thinking it could be an opportunity to connect more with her. What I did instead was put her through the same process I went through, trying to connect with and stand out before us, going through an intimidating interview where we judged and evaluated her, and ultimately being rejected from our frat. Needless to say, things became a bit awkward between us after that. Though our frat did create more opportunities for pre-health students, their entry was still contingent on who we thought fit our group and vibe, or would be valuable contributing members. It wasn't about welcoming or accepting people, but building up our own elite exclusive group. It was fun being an insider, but eventually the cycle of rushing, pledging, and building up the group got old, and my relationships within the group remained stagnant and shallow. In college, everyone is looking for that group to belong to. That's just part of being human. We imagine and look for the ideal, inclusive, and welcoming group where everybody's accepted and happy. And we pay a lot of lip service to that. Sadly, one way people end up finding this sense of belonging is by creating exclusive groups like I did. And the reality is, I didn't find the sense of belonging through such groups. But eventually, I did elsewhere. One time I pulled an all-nighter, but still bombed my bio midterm. While I was feeling pretty down about this, I ran into my church mentor and small group friends who I hadn't seen in a while. We reconnected, and eventually, it was with this group of friends I was able to let my guard down and talk more about what was really going on in my life, like financial problems, difficulties of school, and much more. We were a hodgepodge group of 7 girls with different upbringings, majors, and cultures, but over the years, we developed deep friendships as we took our faith seriously and learned to care for one another. I learned that true belonging and friendship could only happen when I wasn't judging others on whether or not they fit some criteria to belong to my group. True belonging happens when you're part of a group of people who are willing to accept you as you are, and this is possible through the unconditional love of God.